I'm sure you guys remember the mother last week from Baltimore that disciplined her son in front of the media. And, a lot of people were saying, she was the mother of the year, and people were cheering her on, and she was on all these different shows and talking about how she wants to protect her son, and et cetera, et cetera. And then I was listening to some people on YouTube, people that I'm subscribed to, or people that I'm not subscribed to, or hardly if ever agree with. And a lot of people had a lot of different perspectives on this. A lot of people thought that she was emasculating him, in public. Some people felt like she did what she should have had done, and then you had people who were kind of like me that felt like she could have handled it different, but also realized what was going to happen in the aftermath, and looked at it from both sides. And it's come out now that people are trying to uh, basically charge his mother with child abuse and assault and battery. And this is what I was saying in my video last week. I was saying that she's going to pay for what she's doing. I said that there's a different underlying meaning of why they're using her as the face and the voice for what's going on in Baltimore and what's going on towards black relationships, opposed to the media and the perception that they give out towards us. And I mentioned in my video that they love it when we have mothers, we have pastors, or we have people within our community, or share the same ethnicity of us, that someone want to keep us in check, want to come down on us for going out here and protesting or boycotting, or even if it's misdirected protesting. There's always a group of people who want to, I would say, outshadow or basically tell the Negroes to stay in line. And I mentioned how the media was using this woman to basically deflect from the real issue. I mentioned in the comment box, and I mentioned in the video, that instead of having this woman on all these different shows and saying that she's the mother of the year and rooting her on, why don't they bring some of the civilians and the people who deal with the day-to-day racism and police brutality and bad conduct? Why don't they have some of those people come on some of these shows and speak about the issues that they're dealing with in Baltimore, or things that are going on across America? And it's coming out now that they're trying to attack this woman. And I asked myself, I wonder, all those people who were rooting this woman on and saying she was the mother of the year and had her on these talk shows, and the feminist group was rooting her on and standing behind her and everything, saying, yeah, go ahead, you're a good mother, you're keeping that little Negro in line. I wonder, are those people going to stand behind this woman now? Because when you are pushing a certain agenda, or the media is using you to deflect away from what the real issue is, they love you. They invite you on all these shows and have you talking, and you out there with Riley Coop or Anderson Coop or whatever the hell his name is, and or they have you on The View and all these different shows, basically giving your testimony. And you got your son up there, he's young and impressionable, and he don't want to defile the mother, so he's basically up there saying, yeah, I see what my mom was trying to protect me, and et cetera, et cetera. And he's not, or haven't been taught to express also why he was out there with those people protesting. When you have that element, it really causes destruction. And I wonder if all these people that were rooting her on are going to support her now. If this woman gets slapped with a child abuse charge, or assault and battery charge, I wonder if these people are going to boycott. These people who were making videos about how she was just this great mother, and she did the right thing. I wonder if these people are going to stand up for her. Or those who even live in the city of Baltimore, I wonder if they're going to go out there and boycott for this woman. And this is what I mean by, we have to be very wise about the images that we put out to the public. Everything that we need to say to our people, or we need to do towards our children, or say to our husbands or our wives, are not to be displayed out in a public forum. Because what happens is that we already have different adversities that are coming after us day in and day out. And when you go out here and you throw your own people under the bus, or you're basically creating a docile type of mindset or a passive mindset towards your children or to your husband, these are things that come back and bite us in the ass. And that's why, me and a lot of other brothers on YouTube, and just, whether you in a barbershop or whatever, we say that it's a big issue with some of our sisters not knowing when to stand down, when to, suppress their emotions, when to let a man be a man, and when to, just keep the mouth closed and listen. And it's been a historical thing where a lot of times black women, because of the fluctuation of single parent households, there's been this I would say aggressive way of getting their point across to not only the public but to black men. And what that does is that when we go after each other in public, or we display certain things and certain images out in a public forum, you got outside people and entities that contribute to that and basically rip us apart. The classic tactic of divide and conquer. And this is why I was saying that I was like, I hope this sister just sits down. It was one thing going out there and grabbing her son, and like I said, I understand it from a certain point of view, or to a certain extent. But when you start going on these different shows and you start creating a certain mindset for other people to follow, those who are impressionable, don't really understand what's really going on out here, or how the media uses certain people and certain incidents to push their agenda, you mess it up for everybody. And now, these people are coming back, and all this is coming back to bite her in the ass. And I hope this sister doesn't get charged for, child abuse or assault, because I don't think, that was her motive. I think that would be totally wrong, because it wasn't child abuse and it wasn't assault. She was out there and she she was concerned for her son, even though I feel like she could have, handled the situation differently. She was out there trying to protect her son. So to sit back and call that child abuse, or say she assaulted her son, I think it's bullshit. But this is what me and a lot of other people be talking about. You have to be mindful about the things that you do out here in front of the media. And I don't want nobody talking about, oh well, she didn't go out there for the cameras to record her, or she didn't know the cameras were gonna be out there. Come on now. You know what's going out there in Baltimore, and cameras are everywhere. You know what's going on. You know when you go out there and if you display certain things, they're going to catch you on camera. So she knew the cameras were going to be on, but it's a simple fact of not using your better judgment. So, I just want everybody to sit back, watch. Let's see if some of these same people ride for this woman. Let's see the feminist group protects this woman and boycotts. Because like I've said before, these different groups, they love to use black women to push their agenda when they need numbers to progress what their issue is. But when things happen to black women, whether it's us getting beat, whether it's black women getting beat the hell up on a freeway, or it's black women being disrespected through the media, or whether it's people calling black women nappy headed hoes, etc., etc. Where are these people at? So pay attention, sit back, and observe what's going on. And for my black people out there, we gotta stop playing checkers while everybody else is playing chess. Be observant. Think before you act and you say certain things.